people, which is pretty popular in our culture. It's, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. And so they're saying, what a cop-out. Which in a sense, is kind of a legitimate critique. All right, Pastor Mark Reacts. Glad you guys are watching this. Please comment in the comment section on videos you would like me to react to. Today, we're doing God having a conversation with Peter from the Family Guy about a whole bunch of deep questions that we all have as human beings. Let's go.
Will he ever recover? How long is he gonna be like this? Please tell me he's gonna be okay.
Oh, God.
Classic picture of God, a white man with a beard.
God?
Yes. And no Trump questions.
Okay. I have nothing else to ask you.
It's kind of where culture's at right now. Everything becomes, but what about Trump? It's like,
I can't believe I'm stuck in an elevator with God. Although I guess you are everywhere and in all places.
No, you're thinking of Kevin Hart.
I know, right? In every movie. Him and The Rock.
Oh, I love The Rock.
No, I love The Rock too. He's just in a lot of stuff.
You know, his real name is Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, I know. We have Us Weekly on Earth too. How did I get here?
Well, you had a couch attached to your back and you fell down the stairs and hit your head pretty hard.
Am I in a Leftovers? Is this a Leftovers?
I don't know what that is.
It was an HBO show starring a bottle of hair dye. Man, this thing is really stuck. Hey, can you use your God powers to get us out?
No, they don't really work in elevators. Kind of like a cell phone. I don't have a signal.
I have a cell phone. It's silver.
There's actually
That's rad, Peter.
He made a comment. I don't know what that is. There's actually a theology that tries to answer the question of evil and suffering by saying God doesn't know what's going to happen in the future, and he has limited himself to not know and not act. So he's kind of just like one of us that goes along with us. The thinking is it kind of gets him off the hook for evil and suffering. And so there's a whole school of theology that came out in like the 70s that a lot of people actually still hold on to that literally, in my view, defies the biblical picture of God's sovereignty. He's all knowing, he's all present, he is sovereignly involved in the world. Because of course, I'm not sure I want to, worship a God who kind of is just like me and only knows what I know and isn't kind of, as the Bible says, directing the hearts of kings toward where he wants the world to go. And so this idea that I don't know what that is, I don't know who that is, like God's just like us, and it's funny, a lot of people actually gravitate toward that vision of God.
I always dreamed of being stuck in an elevator with Tom Brady.
That makes two of us.
Can I ask you my Tom Brady questions?
I wouldn't deign to speak for Tom Brady.
Understood. Hey, do atheists go to hell?
No.
How about people who say they are not religious, but they are spiritual?
Straight to hell, to the boiler room of hell, all the way down. Sometimes I pull them out just so they think everything is going to be okay, but then I put them right back in.
Good.
So that's obviously a critique on people, which is pretty popular in our culture. It's, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. And so they're saying, what a cop-out. Which in a sense, is kind of a legitimate critique. Because what people mean by that is I like to create a worldview around kind of how I'm interpreting reality and God and kind of making up, but I don't want to come under any kind of what they would say institutionalized religion. And really what that means is I kind of don't want to be told what to think or do or believe or become part of a thing bigger than myself that has any kind of authority over me. And so it's kind of this, it fits perfectly into the, I'm an autonomous individual who kind of gets to put together my own religion without a church telling me, this is what history has taught, this is what the Bible teaches, this is the doctrine. It's like, ooh, I don't like that. I like this kind of, I'm spiritual. and they're critiquing and going, you know, it's lame because you just get to adapt and do whatever you want. You can throw that out when it doesn't work and pull that in when it does work just for you. Like, what a scary concept. What an actual prison to be in a scenario where God never bothers you and he never goes against anything that you're doing right now because there's nothing to disagree with you because you're just creating God in your own image. On the other hand, it's kind of true in the sense that there are times where religion has become terrible for people. And that's also with the history of the church, when the church has, you know, come together with the state in a negative way and caused wars and destruction and killed people and murdered people, all in the name of, you know, religion. And yet we follow a man who died under the weight of his enemies. He didn't go around killing people. And that's not some like marginal thing. That's like the center of the Christian doctrine of Jesus. So I get the sentiment where people are spiritual and religion can sometimes be bad. And Jesus pushed against terrible religion in Matthew 23 when he said, you're whitewashed tombs. And I would say if there's people that are like, yeah, I don't want terrible, bad religion in my life. Yes, 100%. But that's why you come and you find the spirituality of Jesus, the teachings of Jesus, the person and work of Jesus, and go, this is what I'm, you know, submitting myself to. And hopefully it's not a bad version of religion. James 1 says, here's good, true, perfect religion, taking care of the widows and the orphans through my worship of Jesus and how that's changed my life. So,
does reincarnation exist?
It does.
As past human lives or as animals?
Both.
To answer that question, reincarnation according to the Bible doesn't exist. The book of Hebrews teaches a man dies once and then judgment. The concept that karma, we come back in different forms based on what we did with our past life and so on, is against the biblical teaching. Clearly, you live once, then judgment, and then death and resurrection is in regard to that one person that you were. Just like Jesus is the kind of the archetype and prototype for that. He died, he rose again. You could see the wounds. It's not like he, you know, went into some other form of being. But even philosophically, reincarnation becomes difficult because if I'm living a life now based on my past life and there's stuff I need to adjust in order to get better, but I have no recollection of that past life, then I don't know what I'm supposed to be building on. So if I was to say to you, well, just make sure you know what you did last time, right? And make those adjustments. You're like, I don't have a clue. I have no memory of my past life. So what am I supposed to improve on? So it becomes a problem philosophically as well, but not the biblical teaching. Just so we're clear, God doesn't think that. Unless he's the Family Guy God.
I like to believe there's something bigger than me out there keeping a watch out.
Different people think different things. I'm kind of like a nanny cam. The idea that I may exist is enough for some people to behave better.
It's the idea that, like, I'm a nanny cam watching people so that they behave. Maybe if there's a God out there, I shouldn't murder this person because he's gonna judge me one day. And yet, as he's talking about, no, God is love. It's not God primarily as judge, though he is a judge and God's wrath is a key part of his character. That passage from 1 John is that God is love. And so it's not he's from a distance watching us ready to kind of scold every bad thing we do. And we see in Jesus, he actually enters in. And it's not just, hey, it's also a heart thing. So the hard part about, you know, when you read the Sermon on the Mount, it's not just did you murder that person, and we know who the bad people are and the good people are, like a nanny cam, because it's because the people who murdered people are bad. Jesus ups the ante and goes, when you hate your brother in your heart, you're already guilty of murder. It's not just adultery. It's when you lust after a woman, you've already committed adultery. And there's this heart question, not just what you do from a nanny cam perspective. It's like, what's going on in your heart? That's gonna define your eternity and what your experience of eternity really is. And so this concept, God's from a distance watching us, nanny cam, just gonna, I'll be out here as an idea, making sure people aren't bad, is not the concept of the Bible. Hey guys, you got to the end of this video. Congratulations, awesome. Please like this, subscribe to this, share this, comment, and let me know the kinds of videos you would like me to react to. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a great day.